Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. It's time for the Mayor's Report, and with me is Mayor Michael Beamish.
Clint, it's always a pleasure. David, it's always a pleasure to be with you each and every week and to share some of the good happenings around Troy.
Well, looking out the window, I see fountain activity and square activity. The flowers got planted this week.
We talked about that last week, and within a week, we're starting to see things sprout up. It is spring, and it sure is exciting to know what's to come in the spring and summer sessions.
And the trees are coming right along downtown, too.
Beautiful. All in bud.
I am excited. You have a press conference or had a press conference this week talking about things that are going to be happening in downtown Troy at Prouty Plaza and also at the park.
Treasure Island Park.
Treasure Island Park.
And we'll focus on Treasure Island Park because everybody knows Prouty Plaza is a home of many cultural activities, just really good events that take place for people of all ages, free entertainment down on the square. Of course, we start early in May with the junior high band, 7th and 8th grade band, and then we bring the high school jazz band up there, and that starts in May, and they're usually like lunchtime programs to kind of set the stage. But then we also have our Troy Civic Band. Now, they're going to be opening on Prouty Plaza, but then they'll be moving to the amphitheater down at Treasure Island Park. And we have so many great programs being planned, both the wellness activities, family-type activities, a concert series. And that was part of our press conference release, is to show that we're working together, the downtown with the river, with the park, and trying to bring this whole Troy alive. And in fact, I know there's a Streets Alive activity being planned for downtown too. But I'm going to just talk about on June 12th. June 12th, we're going to have our grand opening of Treasure Island Park. We'll have a dedication ceremony at 3 o'clock, dedicate the lighthouse. That has been a big gift of the Troy Foundation. We'll dedicate the park, and we'll have some entertainment on that particular day. That'll be like a family kind of awareness day.
For me, it's so neat to see the lighthouse back over there. I remember the lighthouse as a kid, and now to have it back.
I think it adds to the legacy of that whole area from the 40s and 50s, and now we're bringing it back alive, using our river as the treasure. And it's why it's called Treasure Island. But we have 3 big concerts that are going to be planned down there that are going to be free entertainment for individuals to come and just sit back and enjoy. Surf's Up concert will be a Beach Boys type concert.
Ooh, nice.
The Stranger is kind of the 80s, 70s, 80s music. That's going to take place on July 9th. So you see we've got a concert June 25th and July 9th. And then we're going to have a little beach party on July 23rd. Just to whet the appetite, we'll have beach party type activities that you can remember, those kind of things. But then we're going to have the Parrots of the Caribbean, which is a Jimmy Buffett tribute band.
Oh, that'll be good down there.
They've been here before, and it drew a large crowd, and so we're expecting big crowds on just those 3 concerts. We have a lot of wellness activities, the canoe, kayak, triathlons, cruise-ins. We have really tried to come up with a complete cast of activities and events for Treasure Island that connects with the activities already in place here in downtown Troy. That is both are supported by Main Street, the Hainer, the City of Troy, in the Chamber of Commerce, all working together in partnership to make these things happen. So we have symphonies coming. We have tribute bands coming. We have wellness activities. It just should be a wonderful, probably more activities this year than ever before, than that I can ever remember in Troy.
What I like is you're going to be able to even come downtown, do a little shopping, grab dinner at one of our downtown restaurants, And it's a short walk on the levee, and you're right over at Treasure Island.
You know, we have one of the longest recreational trails in the nation right here in this region. And yes, to use that as a good wellness activity, I'm glad you brought it up, Clint. Connecting it with our walkways is another way of getting exercise, but also connecting what Troy's all about, and that's to bring quality entertainment and quality of life activities for all.
Well,
all
we'll
ages.
anxiously be waiting for that down at Treasure Island and get things kicked off for the summer. Also this week, we had the Business Expo.
The Business Expo took place at Hobart Arena. Of course, we have a lot of construction going on there, but that's for the advantage down the road. But we still are able to keep it open. And one of those events was to bring our business and industries into the arena, all-weather activity center, and people could come find out what Troy's all about from the business sector. You know, all these things that we've talked about so far today bring an economic impact to our Troy. It allows us to do the events and the projects, and we're just very blessed to have expansions of businesses and businesses taking an involvement into our community. But yes, they were there. People could come, they could walk around, see what jobs are available. And there are jobs available out there if somebody really wants to either retool or certainly want to have a job. There's jobs out there right and around this immediate area. So that was all about showcasing our business community.
All right. One other thing I wanted to throw in, and I know you've got a guest with you. But,
yes, I do.
With the Strawberry Festival coming, you've got the Golden Couple that is going to be coming up soon.
An event that's near and dear to me. I've had an opportunity to chair that event for lots of years, but it's one of those ones I really like to celebrate, those couples that have been married 50-plus years of wedded bliss, and we try to offer an opportunity for them to come together, share some of their stories in a not-so-newlywed format, so we do have questions for them. It's a hoot. It really is, and it's a free opportunity for people to come. This year it'll be at the Hainer Cultural Center Ballroom, May 7th. It'll start promptly at 10 o'clock. We will have 8 couples at the table competing for the Golden Couple of the Year award. We will have a Spirit Award. So if somebody has a favorite somebody that they would like to cheer on, they can come, and our Queen's Court as the judges of the Spirit Award. So we bring young and old again alike to share and have fun. Questions are formed by our question masters, the Wyans from Piqua, Ohio. They come up with these questions, and we share those. It is a wonderful opportunity, and I would encourage anybody, if you want to have a good, entertaining couple of hours, come down to the Hainer Center up at the ballroom on 10 o'clock on May 7th, and I guarantee you'll smile when you leave.
It sounds like that is a lot of fun. Loved watching the Newlywed Game.
Oh, and we have the sound effects man too. So that's another part of the whole ambiance of the event is we have sound effects, we have questions, we listen to the answers that the couples, and sometimes those couples get a little, let's put it this way, upset with each other that they got the wrong answer.
I would imagine so. That's part of what the fun is.
If you've been married for 50-plus years, you've learned to get along, and it's all fun.
All right. Now, you have brought a guest with you this morning, Chuck Fox, and the two of you are going to be talking about Troy Civic Theater.
We're going to take a different approach. We're going to talk, and I'll let Chuck do I've been doing a lot of talking, so Chuck can give us some of the background, but Chuck and I have worked at Troy Civic Theater in the past. It's a wonderful opportunity to see local talent coming together on stage, and this year is a very special. I'll let Chuck talk about why it's so special. We're doing the production, You Can't Take It With You. And I'm Wilbur C. Henderson, the IRS man.
So you're in the show.
Oh, I have a first act cameo appearance, but it does help set the stage for the whole play. But I've enjoyed doing this. I I don't see myself as an IRS man, so I have a different character than the normal character that I am. But so doesn't Chuck Fox. He has a character, and I'll let him tell about the role. And in between the two of us, we'll tell you a little bit about the history of this particular play and why we're doing it as the last season show of this year, and why it's so special to both of us to do. So, Chuck, I'll let him tell his character. Maybe he'll do it in character, and you'll wonder what's wrong with his voice.
Yeah, well, I am Mr. DePinna, and this is a story about a very odd family. That basically I am the Iceman that came 8 years ago and has not left. And I just live at the house now, and I make fireworks with the father in the basement. And there's Beth Shrake is Penny, and she writes plays and paints sometimes. And it's just a very eclectic family. And at the same time, the daughter that's there has fallen in love with the vice president of the company that she works at. And in the process, her family, her mom and dad, come over to visit on the wrong night.
Uh-huh.
And they get to see the entire effect of, and it's kind of that clash of cultures that happens. And it's a very funny play. It's a very classic play. But the main reason why Troy Civic Theater is doing this is because this was the very first play we did 50 seasons ago.
Uh-huh.
50 years.
50-year, a lot of anniversaries.
Yeah, and this was back in, well, it's actually 1965-66 season that Troy Civic Theater started with You Can't Take It With You. And I'm kind of in, it's kind of a neat experience because my father, Jerry Fox, was in the very first performance, and he actually did the part that the mayor is doing.
Okay.
And so it's kind of neat, and we're actually going to have some ceremonies with this, with bringing back a few of the cast members that were in the original performance 50 years ago and recognizing them. And then it's become such a draw and demand for the play, we've added a sixth performance.
Wow.
Yep.
So,
can I share this?
Yep, absolutely.
It'll be a Sunday matinee,
Yep.
May 15th, and that is because we expect good crowds. And both of us, in our last performance that we did together, we had sellout crowds in The Odd Couple. We were in The Odd Couple together. We're anticipating this last show of this year, a 50th anniversary renewal show, with I have to say, I'm the old guy, but these young guys have a all-star cast of characters. It'll be a wonderful production, a three-act production with 2 intermissions, I understand. So sit back and enjoy, because there will be a lot of people that you'll see familiar. But I'm excited about being Wilbur Henderson, the IRS man, in my cameo appearance. But I have a rather brisk dialogue with Grandpa, while Chuck there, Mr. DePinta, he's out building fireworks. So it's good.
So essentially, you're closing out the season with a bang.
Yes,
Ooh,
absolutely.
good.
Nice one, Clint.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to add this morning, or?
Well, I would like to remind everybody, council takes place on May 2nd. That's Monday. It is the first Monday of the month, and so I invite people to either watch or come and find out what city government's all about. I say this every time. You know, our council members, they work hard, they do their due diligence, they live in this community, so every decision that they make affects them just as much as anybody else. So obviously they want to make the best for the future of Troy. And in my estimation, being the mayor for a long time, I will say that every council member does their due diligence. And so if you want to see government in action, it's a good thing to come and see. We don't always agree, but that's the way the process works.
Exactly.
I do have one request, if that's okay, Clint.
Absolutely.
And I'm surprised you won't bring this up. I'll give you a hint. How about storm water sewers?
Yes.
Now, see if you
keep them clear.
Thank you.
It's I've said this several times during the winter or during fall. You know, the city does go along and they clean up the gutters, pick up the leaves, stick collection as long as they're bundled. That's always something that is going to be ongoing, but they're not going to be coming around with the street sweeper at this time of year. So pick up the tea bags and keep the gutters clear in front of your house there in the streets, and make sure that you keep the storm sewers
That's
clear.
really
You get
important.
any of that washing down in there, and it's just going to cause problems down the road.
You know, we talk about that in the winter. We say keep them clear because as it melts off, you want to have it drain down. Well, the same thing in the spring, with the rains and
Get a heavy
things,
rain.
Yeah, it seems to clutter and collect right around the storm sewers, which kind of backs them up. So if we get a heavy rain, the water goes up because there's no place to go. If you as a neighbor or you have a storm sewer in front of your house, if you could just be kind enough to clear it off, so keep it open, it really does act as a safety net for you as a neighborhood too, so the water can then drain down, out, and you don't have a big backup problem.
Right.
My wife and I take a lot of walks, so the reason I bring it up, and you did such a great job of sharing why, is when we walk around, we see a lot of storm sewers that are just clogged right now, not from underneath, but on the top, which if we do have a heavy rain, it's going to make it very difficult for water to go down into the storm sewers. That's just a little thing that we can all do as community citizens with the pride in the community, to just walk around, and if you have something, storm sewer in your neighborhood, if you see something, to move it around, get it cleaned off. That helps all of us and helps certainly the neighborhood.
Absolutely. Well, just like the circle getting set up with the fountain and planting flowers, people are taking pride in their yards and their
Absolutely.
homes, cleaning out flower beds. Don't just rake it out into the curb.
Yeah.
Get the tea bags. They offer those at the city building, or you
Right.
could get them at True Value.
Yeah.
Pick those up and put it out with your trash. Then it will be picked up. But
It's so
no
easy.
big vacuums are going to come along and pick up extra leaves or things now.
It's just so easy to forget about those storm sewers until you really need them.
Right.
So a little proactive care will go a long way. So, hey, thanks for mentioning that and also doing the promo on that.
Absolutely.
That's it. That's all I have to offer.
Well, it was a
I don't know
quick
if
one
Chuck
this
wants
morning.
to put, but both of us certainly encourage everybody to get their tickets early. Like I said, we're expecting good crowds, and as Chuck and I have both shared, we're going to add an extra show, which isn't on the posters. You won't see that on the posters, but it's due to what we think is the popularity of this last 50th anniversary show. And I have to say, and not withstanding myself because I'm not an all-star cast member, but there is an all-star cast. I just do my little role and move on.
Now, how many people are in this performance?
And there's 17.
Wow.
Plus
And so-
crew.
Plus the
and-
crew.
Yeah, and it's the dates on the play are Friday and Saturday, May 6th and 7th, then a Sunday matinee on the 8th, and then the next weekend, let's see, that would be the 13th, 14th, Friday and Saturday, and the added performance is the 15th Sunday matinee.
Now, how do the folks go about getting their tickets?
They can call 339-7700, and that's our ticket line, or they can also go to troycivictheater.com, and they can get tickets online.
All right. So it's a good idea they get those tickets or get them reserved now
Yep.
because it sounds like it's going to sell out fast.
Yeah, and they can show up the day of the play and get the tickets,
Yeah.
but that makes sure that they have tickets in hand when they get to the show.
Yeah,
Very
that's a
good.
good thing. And our director, we got to put a plug in.
Yeah, for Kathy.
We have Kathy Melvin as our director. Both of us have been in other performances with Kathy directing. What a jewel for our community. Stays behind the scenes, but really orchestrates things for us to do our very, very, very best. And I got to give a shout out. I'm sure you will too.
Absolutely.
Kathy Melvin.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, so much. This has been the Mayor's Report. Chuck Fox with us this morning from Troy Civic Theater, and, of course, our very own Mayor, Michael Beamish. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV.